this is Caitlin here, aka Scribble Sketch, and welcome back to another episode of Scribble Stories. It's been a little while since we did the last time, and I think if you haven't noticed already by the thumbnail and whatnot, I've changed my hair colour again, and it is actually related to the story that we're going to be telling today. Rather, it's not really like a kind of chronological order kind of story thing. What it is really is me just like talking to you about a subject which has kind of affected my life in like different segments and whatnot. So I'm going to be talking about it in like not really in order, but as best as I can to kind of illustrate the story and whatnot that I want to talk about. So the topic of today's video is how I express myself through my hair. Now, if you've been with my channel since the kind of early days, you've probably noticed the different moments in my life where I've had different colours of hair. I had it very bright pink at one point, then I went to like a darker pink, I had it purple for a little bit, and now it's on blue. And actually, the reason why I wanted to do this video is because it's kind of funny. On and off, I get these random comments, and obviously they're from people who are attempting to troll me or think they know how to troll me by targeting my hair and whatnot. Like, I get like silly comments like asking why my hair was pink or why my hair was a different color. Or like, why did I think I was so special because I had different colored hair? And it was like comments like that just made me think, do people not realize that you can just have different hair color if you want? Like, it's your body, you can decide what you want to do with it. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to talk about this a little bit, and I'm going to talk about why I actually prefer to dye my hair different colors and whatnot, and the reasons why I do it. So this actually stems from quite early on in my childhood, I would like to say. Like, one of the main factors as to why it is that I like to dye my hair different colors is because of my natural hair color. Now, if you've been sticking around my channel for a long time, you'll probably know that my natural hair color is, shall we say, it is ginger. Well, it's more closer to a strawberry blonde, but I've not actually had my natural hair color since I was like, I think 13 or something like that. That was the last time I ever like wore my hair in its natural color, and since then it has been different colors dyed and whatnot. So that was the last time. It was kind of like a gingery color, but I would still say it was closer to strawberry blonde, but for all intents and purposes, we'll say it was ginger. And I was basically the only ginger-haired child in the class in my young primary school days. Again, if you're from America or you're not from the UK, primary school is essentially your younger years, like when you're from 7 till or 10, 11 or whatever, that's your primary school years. So I was the only ginger child in the classroom, and this left me to be the target of some bullying. More so in the early years when I was really, really young. Not so much when I was like a little bit older, like when I was about like 11, 12ish, that's when the bullying for hair color specifically had stopped. But when you were really young and you were obviously a child that stood out or whatever, that made you different, and that gave people essentially the reason why they could pick on you, because you were different because of the color of your hair. So I ended up growing up resenting the colour of my hair. It's kind of funny because out of my family, I'm one of those kids where basically the genetic gene for gingerism, if you want to call it that, skipped a generation. So my mother doesn't have it, neither is from my mother's side of the family, because my dad doesn't have it. My mother didn't have ginger hair, neither did my grandmother. It was I believe it was my great-great-grandmother, because I have a bunch of aunts and uncles who all have like the gene, and they have bright ginger hair, they have bright ginger hair, but none of like my immediate family had it. Like my mum, my immediate uncle, her brother didn't have it or whatever. It was like a recessive thing that, lo and surprise, I managed to pick up. So growing up, I definitely grew up resenting my natural hair color, and it got to not the first year of high school, but I think it was about the second year, where originally as well, I want to say that my hair was not always this short. When I was younger, my hair was like all the way down to my waist. It was like just above my waist. I'd like to think there's a girl in my high school who had her hair even longer than I did. Hers was like at the back of her knees, and it was like amazing how she managed to sit down in her seat without like, you know, pulling her hair back all the time. But anyway, it was about end of first year, like second year of high school, I decided to cut my hair. I got it cut to like about a bob length here, so like not chin level, but like just like over here. My friends jokingly said I looked a little bit like Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka and whatnot, because when I did get the kind of bob cut, I did get it dyed brown. Because I was thinking, oh, brown, I'll be a normal person, I won't look weird as a ginger child. So a lot of people said I looked like Willy Wonka, the Johnny Depp version or whatever, and I did find that funny, so that was my nickname for a little while. But after a while, I was thinking, oh, you know what, I don't want the brown is too dark, and I think with darker colours, it just highlights how pale I actually am. I don't look so pale in videos like this because compared to my wallpaper and whatnot, it definitely, and with this lighting as well, it makes my face look a lot red. But if you noticed in the thumbnail that I used for this video, my skin looks a lot paler. Under like natural lighting and whatnot, I definitely do look a lot paler compared to me, where like my cheeks are flushed and whatnot, but I am very pale, and so the dark brown just made it look even more obvious. I did have that kind of edgy, rebellious kind of teen, I wouldn't call it an emo phase because I wasn't really into emo music, but it was that time of like that time in my transitional teenage life where I was heavy into vampire and werewolf books. I liked MCR. I wasn't like straight up like emo / goth, but I wore like a lot of black t-shirts with like logos and stuff on it and everything like that. I had my hair was still brown, but I had like a emo fringe essentially that was purple. So I had like purple in this half, and then like my rest of my hair was brown, which was a bit of a weird look, I'm gonna be honest, but you know, I thought I was rocking it. I thought it was cool. By that point, my hair was like slightly shorter here. I still had like the kind of weird like emo fringe going on and whatnot, but this was me starting to express myself a little bit more as like my mum became a bit more accepting to me like changing my hairstyle and whatnot. She originally mourned the loss of my ginger hair or whatever because she said it was beautiful and I should love it, but I hated it and that's why I wanted to change it. But gradually we transitioned out of the loving vampires and whatnot phase, and then we entered the era where I wanted to be bold and I wanted to be brash because I didn't really stand out a lot in high school. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to admit to this, I wasn't one of those quote-unquote popular kids. As you can tell, I liked video games and nerdy things and stuff like that, so I wasn't exactly the most popular kid in school. And I didn't really stand out for too much because I didn't really do too much to stand out. I was in some clubs for a little while, but again, I didn't really commit to them too long because I had other commitments at home and stuff like that, so I couldn't really commit to anything too major. But then I just decided, you know what, I want to stand out. Like, I want to be remembered for something, at least. Like, I'm not going to be remembered for being popular or being cool or anything like that. I'm sure nobody's really going to remember me for whatever I'm smart at or whatever. So, you know what, I'm going to be that girl with this color hair. So one summer I turned up and I was like, well, I thought I was original. I was like, I'm going to have, like, bright red hair. Not like ginger, like, more like bright Persona 5 red coloured hair. It also happened to be the year that I believe it was Cheryl Cole also dyed her hair red. So everyone just thought I did it for that specific reason because it was now the hip and trendy thing. And I was pretty annoyed because I came back to school thinking, oh, I'm going to be so cool with my bright red hair. And like 2 other people had done the exact same thing because Cheryl Cole had done it or whatever. So I was a little bit miffed about that. So I did have it red for a little while, like the bright red. And then I think it was near the end of my 6th year, whatever. I finally got the decision to just cut my hair short. Basically the same length as it is now. I've just got this freshly cut, whatever. So it was basically around the same length as this, and it was more like a kind of deeper purple. At my high school, you weren't really allowed to have your hair crazy colors. I got away with like the purple streak or whatever because obviously it wasn't like my entire head. Most of my hair was brown and whatever at the time, but they weren't too keen on like brightly colored hair, so I kind of went away with it was like a brownish purple color, so it wasn't really actual bright purple like I've had it in the past, but it was more like a deep purple, so I could get away with it because it was more closer to like a reddy color than it was a purple color. But as soon as I left high school, I was just keen to like express myself with all these different funky colors and everything, and I feel like I suit bright colours a lot more than I did the darker colours. Definitely when I had my hair purple, I did like it at the time or whatever, but at the same time it was like whenever it faded, it turned blue, and whenever that faded even more, my roots would show and it would just look very weird until I managed to get it dyed again. So basically the main reason why I do like my bright colours and why I express myself through my hair in these bright colours is 1, my natural hatred for my own natural hair color, and 2, mainly to express myself, because see when I have my hair and it's freshly done, it's a bright color like it's the pink or it's this blue, which I am totally loving right now by the way, I feel so much happier. It gives me so much energy, and it gives me a lot more energy than when I ever had it like purple or red or anything like that. I don't know, I think it's something about the bold, the brash color and whatnot. It just really like makes me happy, and it makes me like encouraged to do things. Like I get more excited to like record videos, even like videos where I'm not showing my face or whatever, like when I'm like recording video for gameplay and stuff like that. It just makes me happier. It gets me in that mindset that I am just feeling great about myself. Like I feel happier. there was like a period or whatever where I had my hair, it was, I don't know if you remember, it was the colour before this, it was like the kind of, not really purple, but it was more like a deep mauve-ish kind of purple colour. It was one of the natural hair colours that were rather natural tints that the salon offered, because I forgot to buy my dye one week and I didn't want to like leave my hair to go any longer with my roots showing, so I just went with the dark colour. I liked it at first, but then gradually as I was like staring at myself in the mirror, I was getting a bit more upset about it. Not really upset, I was just like looking at myself and I just felt so bad. Like I felt like really like, because the colour was so dark, I think it got me in the mindset of, I just feel like a horrible person and I don't like myself, and I was getting like really self-depreciating about myself. And I think mainly the reason for that is because I just felt like dark colours really bring out like how pale I am, and probably it brings out a lot more of my own insecurities or whatever when I can see that. When I'm nitpicking about different things about myself, then it just like piles up tenfold and whatnot and everything like that. So I don't know if this has been a good video to explain myself, guys, but maybe it's giving you a bit more information about myself. I know we've gotten a lot more new subscribers who maybe haven't seen too much of me on my face like cam video or whatever, because I've not really done any videos really recently, unless other than the last one where it was my vlog discussing my cause plans for MCM, which actually is next week, which I'm very, very hyped about, guys. I will be vlogging the entire weekend, by the way, so you can look forward to that. But yeah, we have a lot of new subscribers who maybe haven't really seen me on like camera too much. So hi, this is me doing my vlog. But I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I hope this maybe helped explain a little bit. If you could like probably give this like a little that wasn't even words. This is probably like a little bit of an update from a video I did quite a while back where I discussed why I like to wear my hair short and why I like to have it different colours, and why it's like what was it? My thoughts, yes. It was a video basically explaining why I'm not too bothered about people mistaking me for my gender and whatnot, because it was funny because I got a lot of people early on. I don't really get it now. I think it's just because I've got so many subscribers who are used to me by now. But early on in my channel, when I only had like 100 or so subscribers, I would get comments constantly asking if I was a boy or a girl. And I thought I found it fairly obvious that I was a girl, because I introduced myself with a female name and I use female pronouns and whatnot and everything. And I used to get kind of upset when people maybe misgendered me, because this is my birth gender and whatnot. But I'm kind of past it now. We're at the point where I'm like, I will kindly remind people of who I am and whatnot, and if you maybe make a mistake, you make a mistake. I mean, some people, you know, they see a girl with short hair, I guess their natural assumption is that must be a guy. But we live in these times now where, you know, people can have short hair, they can have long hair, they can have coloured hair, they can be a guy, they can be a girl, they can be non-binary, and, you know, people should just learn to love. I guess I went on a bit of a tangent at the end there, but what I'm saying is, you can be whatever you want to be. You can have bright coloured hair, you can have dark coloured hair, you can have short, you can have long, you can be a guy, you can be a girl, or you can be non-binary, or you can be anything you want to be. And I love you all for it, but that's just the end of it there. That's just, I love everyone for being themselves. I'm just happy with people for being themselves, and I'm happy being myself. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was somewhat informative, or you found me rambling a little bit about different hair colours and my transition through different colours and whatnot, and hairstyles. I hope you found it a little bit interesting and whatnot. We have next week, I'm so excited. Next week I'm going to MCM Scotland. I'll be vlogging the whole thing. The vlogs won't be out next weekend because obviously I'm staying in Glasgow, so I won't have my my computer obviously with me to edit videos and whatnot. So the week after, the vlogs will be coming out for that. That's my plan anyway. So I hope you enjoyed those videos when they come out. Again, if you like to follow me on any of my social media, down at the bottom of the description, like at the very end after my Patreon links and whatnot, you can see my links and whatnot for Instagram, Twitter. I'm on all those little social handles, whatever, if you want to see me in my cosplay pics and everything, or just updates about what I'm getting up to. And if you're going to MCM Scotland, hey, like, tell me what you're planning to cosplay and whatnot, or maybe if you're going there, and I might see you there or whatnot. But until next time, guys, I will see you all later. This video was made possible thanks to patrons such as Alucard and Craig McCutcheon.